What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 13 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get 13 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord to meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be a link down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $625 just yesterday. Another member who won $223 for the 6th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, a link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group. And I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel, the best bets and props. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. So let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So first pick we're going to talk about is Donovan Mitchell for 25.5 points, and this one is for more. Now look at Donovan Mitchell. We've actually seen him go in the over in 3 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see, and they do face off against none other than the Boston Celtics. Now as you all know, Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers have been playing great, and they do go up against Boston, and Boston do actually rank 10th when it comes to points allowed. So they rank pretty high. However, when it comes to this game, we are expecting Jrue Holiday and Derek White both to be out for this game, and for that reason we definitely see Boston Celtics taking a huge dip in their defensive ability. Because of that, you know, we all know Derek White and Jrue Holiday are the main defenders for this team. Jrue Holiday, great defender, especially on ball guard. Same with Derek White. Now, Jaylen Brown is also another big defender for this team. And although he is expected to play in this game, we definitely see Donovan Mitchell being able to take advantage of those two players being out. Now, even if they are, out, or even if they do end up playing miraculously last minute, we also do see that Boston Celtics do actually do a very poor job, especially against Donovan Mitchell's position. They really struggle against guards, especially of his play style. Someone like Donovan Mitchell definitely really dominates in all 3 levels, and they definitely struggle from all that. So when it comes to that, we definitely see Donovan Mitchell being able to take advantage of this. His average over the last 5, yes, it is 22.6, but he is coming off a pretty cold game against Atlanta. We think that was a little bit of an outlier game, which is what has brought his average down, but now we see a lot more value to go on the over. So for those big reasons, we definitely like the over for someone like Donovan Mitchell. He has been able to go on this over consistently, and we definitely see him doing it once again and also bouncing back from that poor performance against Atlanta. So Donovan Mitchell, 25.5 points for more, I think is a great pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about Ja Morant. Now Ja Morant, another great player, and this one is for 33.5 points, rebs, and assists for more, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, when we look at Ja Morant for points, rebs, and assists for 33.5, we actually seen him go on the over in 4 out of the last 5 games, which is great to see. And they do face off against none other than the Indiana Pacers. Now, Indiana Pacers are definitely a decent team when it comes to, their record hasn't really been the best of the best as we were expecting to see. But Indiana Pacers, first, when we look at points allowed, they do rank 12th. On top of that, moving on into assists allowed, they do rank 5th. And then rebounds allowed, we also do see that the Indiana Pacers also do rank 5th as well. So they rank pretty high in all 3 categories. However, when it comes to Ja Morant, a big reason why we do like the over for this situation is that Indiana do really struggle against the point guard position, which is what Ja Morant is. On top of that, Ja Morant has just such a high usage rate from this Memphis Grizzlies team, especially when he is out there on the floor. We definitely have seen him put up big numbers in all 3 departments, whether it's points, rebounds, and assists, and that's why we definitely like the odds to see him go on the over in this situation here. When we look at Ja Morant as well, what we also do see is that not only has he gone on the over in 4 out of the last 5 games, but he's consistently gone on the over that his average over the last 5 is 35.2. So significantly above this line, which is what we like to see. Ja Morant has been playing absolutely out of his mind. The usage rate is there. The consistency is there. So all signs really do point towards the over for this one. Now, when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the over as well. So that definitely helps our situation. So for this reason, all signs really do point towards the over for this one, and we are sticking to it. So Ja Morant, 4 points, rebounds, and assists for 33.5 for more, I think is a fantastic pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Michael Porter Jr. Now Michael Porter Jr., great player as we all know, and this one is for points and rebounds combined for 23.5, and this one is for more. Now look at Michael Porter Jr., we've actually seen him go on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games, which is great to see, and they do face off against none other than the LA Clippers. Now as we all know, the LA Clippers do rank 4th in points allowed. On top of that, when we look at rebounds allowed, we see the LA Clippers do also rank 4th there. Now a big reason why we do like the over for this situation here is due to the fact that when it comes to Michael Porter Jr., not only is he a fantastic player, but on top of that, LA Clippers do a really poor job, especially against the power forward position and small forward position. So those two positions is where we usually see MPJ definitely be, placed in. Sometimes he plays the power forward, sometimes he plays the small forward. LA Clippers do allow a lot of points. We think a lot of the focus is going to be on players like Jokic, who is expected to play, and others, and because of that, it should open up a lot more of the floor for MPJ to be able to hit those threes. Now MPJ is definitely more of a 3-point scorer. LA Clippers do actually allow a lot of 3-point attempts, so we think of sheer volume alone, MPJ may definitely get a lot of looks at the basket, which can help his points line. And then looking over into rebounds allowed as well, LA Clippers do struggle against that small forward, power forward position, which is where we see someone like MPJ taking advantage. So because of that, we definitely see him being able to go on the over on here, taking advantage of this LA Clippers team. His average over the last 5 is 29.4, so significantly over this line, which is what we'd like to see, and that's why we are sticking to the over for this one. When we look at the times that he had gone on the under, he only missed it, guys, by not even that much. He only missed it by 0.5, so very consistent at getting close to this line, which is what we like to see. And for that reason, Michael Porter Jr., 23.5 points and rebs for more, I think is a great pick. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines, so here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So the first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Dennis Schroder. Now Dennis Schroder, great player as we all know, and he does play for none other than the Brooklyn Nets. Now when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets so far this season, they are currently 9-11, and Dennis Schroder has been averaging 18.6 points, 3.2 rebounds, 6.3 assists, while also shooting 45% from the field. So he's done a great job for this Brooklyn Nets team. When it comes to the next matchup, they do actually face off against none other than Orlando Magic. Now as we all know, Orlando Magic have had a decent start to the season, or a really good start compared to last season, but they are currently 14-7. So they definitely have a winning record, which is great to see. When it comes to the Orlando Magic, first, when we look into more in depth, we do see that Orlando Magic do rank first when it comes to points allowed, second in assists allowed, and then 6th in rebounds allowed. And because of that, we do very much like, the under for this situation here. Dennis Schroder is a great player, and he has been playing great, especially with a little bit of an increase in his usage rate as, Mikal Bridges has left this team. We definitely have seen a lot of this young Brooklyn Nets team rely on Dennis Schroder. But when it comes to Schroder, a big reason why we do like the under for this one is not only do Orlando Magic rank very high in all 3 categories, but they do a really good job at restricting points, rebounds, and assists to the point guard position. So that is a big reason why we do very much like the under for this situation here. When we look at Orlando Magic as well, they definitely play a slow pace type basketball game, and because of that, since they play very slow pace, we are expecting a very slow game with less volume from Dennis Schroder, which definitely can affect his line. So with all those things being said, great defensive team in Orlando, was slow in pace, slowing down Brooklyn Nets, and specifically Dennis Schroder, and for that reason, that is a big reason why we do very much like the under for this situation here. So because of those reasons, we are sticking to the under for someone like Dennis Schroder, but keep an eye out for his line first. Like I always mentioned, if the line is too close to his averages, definitely look to go in the under, so I think there'll be a lot of great value there. Now, getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, Karl-Anthony Towns, great player from the New York Knicks. And when it comes to the New York Knicks, they do actually have themselves a great matchup against New Orleans Pelicans. Now, first, let's talk about Karl-Anthony Towns. He has been averaging 25.8 points, 12.7 rebounds, and 3.3 assists. So he's done a great job for his new team, the New York Knicks. And they do face off against the Pelicans, like we mentioned. And the Pelicans so far this season are 4-16. So Pelicans haven't had the great greatest start to this season. New York Knicks have had, a pretty decent start. A lot of people thought they would perform better, but still decent at that matter. And they do face off against the Pelicans, and Pelicans do rank 23rd when it comes to points allowed. They also rank 28th when it comes to actually, assists allowed, which is great to see. And on top of that, when we look at actually rebounds allowed, we do see that the Pelicans do rank 20th. So for that reason, we do actually like the over for this situation here. Karl-Anthony Towns is a great player, and on top of that, Pelicans rank very, very low in all three categories, and I'm talking very low. And on top of that, Pelicans also struggle against the center position. They allow a lot of points, a lot of rebounds, and a lot of assists, and we definitely see that being a big factor coming into this game. When we also look further, what we also do see is that when it actually comes to, Karl-Anthony Towns, although he is a big player for this team, he definitely has one of the highest usage rate out there for this team. And on top of that, the fact that Pelicans do also allow a lot of points, rebounds, and assists, we definitely see that helping him out and actually seeing Cat actually go more likely on the over. Pelicans are expected to miss a couple of players as well, and for that reason, we definitely see Cat having himself even an easier matchup coming into this game. So this one's kind of a no-brainer to us. We think it is going to be a very, very easy game for someone like Karl-Anthony Towns, and he should be able to take advantage of this. So when it comes to Karl-Anthony Towns as well, he has had a pretty decent, I wouldn't say hot streak, but he's definitely been putting up such great numbers. Most recent game, 19 points, 5 assists, 12 rebounds. Game before that, 25 points, 14 rebounds. So he's able to put the pressure on, which I love. And I think coming into this one, I would definitely focus on points and rebounds since he has more usage rate in those two departments. But either way, there's definitely a lot of great signs for Karl-Anthony Towns to be able to go on the over. So definitely keep an eye out for keep an eye out for Karl-Anthony Towns when it comes to, the points and rebounds category. Like I always mentioned, the line is under his averages. Definitely look to go on the over. I think there'll be a lot of great value there. Again, to the next player, we're going to be talking about James Harden. So James Harden from the LA Clippers. He has, been playing great, fantastic, especially without Kawhi Leonard, and the LA Clippers do have a record of 12-9. Now they do face off against none other than the Denver Nuggets. Now, when it comes to the Denver Nuggets, it is going to be an exciting game. Do not get me wrong. But on top of that, when it comes to this game as well, what we also do see is James Harden has been averaging 21.5 points, 7.1 rebounds, 8.8 assists. So he's been putting up great numbers in all three categories, which I absolutely love. And when we look at the Nuggets even further, what we also do see is that the Denver Nuggets do actually rank when it comes to points allowed 25th. On top of that, when we look at assists allowed, the Nuggets also do rank, pretty low, or very low in that matter, as they rank 29th in assists allowed, and then rebounds allowed, the Nuggets also rank 19th. So because of that, we do very much like, the over for this situation here for someone like James Harden. Although Denver Nuggets are a great team on paper, they haven't had the greatest start to the season. They are doing pretty well, however. 10-7 is still a respectable record. But when it comes to overall, we definitely see Denver Nuggets allowing a lot of points, allowing a lot of rebounds and assists, especially for someone like James Harden, who has such a high usage rate in all three departments. So we definitely see him being able to go on the over in all three departments. I wouldn't definitely focus on any due to the fact that James Harden is such a versatile player. So I would definitely keep an eye out for him. When we look at the pace of this game, we are expecting Clippers to control the pace. Nuggets are a little bit slower, but we definitely see or expect Nuggets to come up to Clippers pace. So James Harden should have enough volume in all three departments to be able to go on the over. So definitely keep an eye out for James Harden there. I see a lot of value there to go on the over. So keep an eye out for his line. Like I always mentioned, the line is under his averages. Definitely look to go on the over. I think there'll be a lot of great value there. So guys, if you do want to win more bets and win more money, don't forget to join our exclusive Discord group by signing up to our Patreon. Should be a link down below in the description, or you can also find it in the pinned comment down below. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets and win more money today. So guys, I'll see you over there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.